Welcome to the top 100 shortcuts for Logos 4 Part 2, how to save time and be a Logos 4 Pro. Just to let you know, this is our first Monday webinar series, and as you can see, we're here on December 5th talking about the top 100 shortcuts. Here's a description of our upcoming webinars. As you can see, January 9th, we've got a special one calling all students using Logos in the classroom. In February, we're going to be talking about syntax search engine, and then we'll continue in our series with the top 100 shortcuts. Don't forget, we have webinars on other days of the month. The first Monday of every month, of course, that's tonight. And the next one will be January 9th. Due to the holidays, we're going to have a slight schedule change, so there won't be one on technically the first Monday of the month. Then we have webinars on the third Monday of every month, and we're going to move that to December 12th. So next Monday we'll have a webinar, and then also the fourth Monday of every month, and again due to the holidays we'll move that up a week as well to December 19th. So feel free to sign up at LearnLogos.com/webinar. Don't forget that within 24 hours we'll send you a link to download these webinars, and we give you 50% off, $4.99 for an hour to hour and a half of training. The webinars are different than the CDs which you see at the right. Webinars are very topical based. We assume a little bit of knowledge of Logos Bible software. We take questions. It's very interactive in the sense of conversations, very dynamic, whereas the training CDs, very organized, very systematized. It's very detailed. We stop at every spot. We show you where to click, how to do every single thing in Logos 4. And we have a special there, 50% off. And all the training is about 15 plus hours of training plus about 160 lessons. So it's a very comprehensive, most comprehensive training on the internet for Logos 4. And like I said, within 24 hours we'll send you a download link so you can download tonight's webinar. Tonight we're going to be dealing with shortcuts and picking up from part 1. We're now in part 2, and we've got shortcuts on speed gains. We've got important shortcuts for just on keyboard shortcuts, and also using abbreviations. We're going to take a look at visual filters and also working and viewing resources. So let's begin with our first shortcut, and I'm very excited to begin here. So let's first go up to the top in our command box, and what you want to do is put in your favorite Bible abbreviation. So tonight I'm going to use the NASB 95. Notice that when I type in that Bible abbreviation, Logos produces a menu with my Bible in that list. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, so that becomes the Bible that is now in my layout or in my workspace. Now, one of the shortcuts I want you to see is the importance of opening up a Bible first and then opening up a commentary second, not vice versa. So I'm going to go to my library, click here on the top left, and I'm going to type in the Bible Knowledge Commentary, and you can see that's listed there. Now, notice that I have a triangle here that's on a column called ranking, and for you Mac people, you won't have something like that. I'm going to go ahead and click on title, and this is probably what you have by default. You'll notice that when I click on title, I'm in the B's because I was on the Bible Knowledge Commentary. But if I scroll to the top, you'll notice that because title is selected, my titles are listed alphabetically. So if you typed in Bible Knowledge and you didn't see that right away, that's because it's sorting on title. You'll have to scroll down alphabetically, or you can just simply click on rank, and Logos will figure out what you're looking for and place that first. So just to let you know why you may have different results in your library browser window. So I'm going to go ahead now and click on the Bible Knowledge Commentary. Because we opened up the Bible first, in this case Colossians 2:1, when we open up our commentary, it too opens to Colossians 2:1. So it's very important that you always start first with the Bible and then open up with the commentary. Now let's go ahead and link these Bibles and commentaries together. We can do that simply by clicking here on the resource panel, which is also the book cover. So let's go ahead and click on the book cover, and we're going to choose from the menu Link Set the letter A. Notice that an A has appeared in the resource panel. Now let's repeat this process with the Bible. So I'm going to again click on the resource panel, and I'm going to click Link Set A. Now for many of you, you may have seen these letters, but now you know how to create them. Now let me give you a little background on how this is really working. What Logos is doing is looking at the white box and seeing or linking this white box to the other white box. Now since our Bible and our commentary both use Bible passages in the white box, we can link them. If we had opened up an English dictionary that had an English word, even though we could link it from A to A, it would not result in a link at all because it's not the same information. So we link Bible passages to Bible passages, English words to other books with English words, Greek words to Greek words, Hebrew to Hebrew, etc. Now to show you the power of linking books together, I'm going to change my passage from Colossians 2:1 to Genesis 1:1 and press enter. Notice that immediately my Bible Knowledge Commentary has moved to Genesis 1:1. So this is a very powerful feature that you need to get a handle on so that you can, as you're organizing your layout in your workspace, your Bibles and your commentaries are working harmoniously. They're working together. So you don't have to keep switching all the books. You change one location and it ripples all the way through to the other linked books. Very powerful. Okay, now let's add another book. I'm going to click on my library, and I'm just going to open up the Treasury of Scripture Knowledge. It really doesn't matter what book you have. Now notice that Logos has opened it up in a tab. But let's say you want to see all books. You don't want to be clicking through the tabs. Logos has a wonderful feature in the Layout section. So I'm going to click on Layouts, and I'm going to go down here to the lower left-hand corner. And what you'll see is some images of 6 different default layouts. Let's call them that. And so I'm going to click this one, the 3 vertical. Watch what happens to my 2 books and the 3rd book, which is currently tabbed or docked. As soon as I click on the link, Logos pulls it off the tab and organizes it for us. 3 books. So this is very handy. If we wanted to change the layout from vertical to horizontal, we just go back to Layouts, choose the horizontal layout. We click on that, and now we have the 3 books in a horizontal layout. Now if you go beyond, let me go back here one more time to Layouts. If you have more than 4 books, which would be the 4 tile option, the additional books will then be placed in tabs within those 4 locations. So just be aware of that nuance. So that's the quick layout. It's a great way to arrange books very quickly. Now another option to show you is the ability to use keyboard shortcuts to accomplish tasks quickly. So let me click on Layouts one more time, and we'll just go back to the 3 vertical. I find that to be the easiest to read. And the first shortcut I want to show you is Control L. Control L. And that opens up your library window. Now, very important, notice that the library window was opened as a floating window, which means you now have the ability to move it around. So for those of you who have, let's say, 2 monitors, you could place the library browser window in a second monitor so that your library of books, the bookshelf in a sense, is always available to you. Also, I want you to make aware of, for those who are in Windows or in Mac, I'm following my mouse here on the taskbar. You can see that I have 2 windows now in my taskbar, one for Logos and one for the library. So this is truly a separate program, though it is interacting with the Logos program. So Control L for the PC, Command L for the Mac. Now let's go ahead and close this window, and let's do another command, another popular shortcut that I think all of you have used at some point. Whether it was a shortcut or the menu, you've used the Copy Bible Verses feature. Now normally you can access that through the tools and then Copy Bible Verses. The keyboard shortcut for this is Control, then the Alt button, then the letter B for Bible. So Control, Alt, B for the PC, or for the Mac, Option, Command B. Now, like the library window, it's opening up in a floating window, so it can be placed anywhere you want on your desktop or your second screen if you have one. Now, the advantage of this is that you can open it up and it now is accessible instantly. It's not taking up any of the layout or workspace from you. Additionally, let me open up Microsoft Word real quick here, and I can press Control-Alt-B, and now my Copy Bible Verse window is opened in Word. So if I click Copy and Paste, it's going to paste that verse right in there. So if you're doing some work in Word or one of the other word processing programs, and you have a lot of copying verses to do, this is the way to do it. Control-Alt-B, and then just put in your passage. Make sure that you have set your criteria up so that the destination is the document you're working in. And this is very handy, very efficient. So let's go ahead now and close Copy Bible Verses down so that we can go to the next shortcut. The next one is to access the home page. Now you could simply click here on the home button and that'll get you there. Or you can press the Alt button and the home button simultaneously, and that will take you to the home page immediately. So really wonderful there. And for the Mac, it's Shift Command H for home. So that's another important one. Now this next one is pretty exciting, and I use this all the time. So let me go back to our workspace, our layout with our 3 books. To do that, I can just simply press home, or I could press my Alt home button. Now I'm back at my layout where I have my Treasure of Scripture Knowledge, my New American Standard Bible, and the Bible Knowledge Commentary. Let's take the commentary first. I'm going to go ahead on my keyboard and press the right arrow button. Now watch what happens to the Bible Knowledge Commentary. That's right, it changed books, but it remained in Genesis 1:1. I'm going to hit my right arrow button again. Now it's going to look for my next commentary with Genesis 1:1, which in this case is my one of my New International Commentaries on the Old Testament. So the right arrow button allows you to move through books that are linked to Genesis 1:1. This will be mostly commentaries. Now let's do this again. By the way, if you hit the left arrow button, that will take you back. So there's my Word Biblical Commentary. I hit it one more time. I'm now back at the Bible Knowledge Commentary. So very powerful way of moving through the resources. Now I see a question here. Does prioritization affect this linking at all? Yes, it does. In fact, your prioritizations will determine which books will go in what order. So once Logos has reached the end of your prioritization list, which may be 3, 4, 5 books or more, then it will go into the library and find additional books that have to do with, in this case, Genesis 1:1. And the same procedure works for Bibles. So again, I'm going to press the right arrow button, and now it moves to the ESV. I press it again, I've got the BHS. I hit the left arrow button, and it goes back to the ESV and back to my New American Standard. Now, if this is a wonderful way to, again, to move through resources that are in the same passage. So instead of going to the library, looking up and finding these books, you just simply hit the right or the left arrow button and you're there. By the way, the same function works here with the parallel resource set. So if I click on parallel resource sets, I now have that same list of books, but now instead of going from one book to the next with a press of a button, I can scan through the list and I can click on that book, and I can jump and skip over those other ones and get to the one I want. And that is an easy way to move through your books. Now up here you'll see a little arrow, and if I click that, that will take me back to the previous book. See that? I'm now at the New American Standard, not at the other book in the list. So these arrows are like your back and forward history button that you have on your internet browsers. So that will be helpful.